Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Reality Checker Radio. And this is going to be a mind-blowing episode because I'm going to share how we've been lied to about time and how we perceive time and the past, present, future, how time really works. And all glory to God, as normal, because I don't know anything outside of the things that he's shown me. That being said, I used to play chess, and I've been called a super genius, and I've been called a fool. So maybe I'm somewhere in between. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. All glory to God for what he's shown me, because I don't know anything without him. And the truth is, I'm going to share with you, whether you're a chess player or whether you apply this to other areas of your life. I'm sure it pertains to all those things, but it definitely pertains to the enigma of time, and it simplifies it and it breaks it down in layman's terms so that we can all understand it in a way that's profound and amazing. And the short story of my life would be God has gifted me with a way to break down the complicated and simplify it. And this is the opposite of what most genius minds would do. They, for example, let's go back to the chess game. They will take the chess game that is basically infinitely complicated, and they will try to make it more complicated and advance the game in their mind to defeat their opponent. That is the technique. That's the strategy. You can't get around it. Bobby Fischer used it. I mean, all world champions that I look back on use this technique. Okay. So they're trying to take a game that is already, like I said, infinitely advanced, but they want to advance it more, think more into the complications of the game so that they can be a level or two or three above their opponent and hence defeat their opponent in the game. Okay, I did the opposite. I learned the game inside out, through playing for hours and hours against other online opponents during I guess you'd say the late 90s. Yeah, I'm old. And I learned that you can break the game down and simplify it, that you can simplify it into major moves and gameplay that always ends up dominant. Even to the layman's terms of my opponent will be willing to sacrifice different men in order to achieve what he's going for, his end game. And my simplification is I will exchange as long I don't care what his end game is. His end game's in his head already, and it's maybe more complicated than I can even imagine. I don't care. I will sacrifice my man if my man has more value on the game board than his man does. And my opponents are otherwise situated in strategically sound positions. This is bringing the game down, not trying to advance it or complicate it, that I'm outthinking my opponent in terms of complicating the situation, but bringing the situation down to more simplified areas so that I win by attrition. I win by one simple move. My guy had more points than yours. I got him. Suddenly, character by character in the game, your game plan starts to get dismantled and fade away. And in the end, I win. And I did win. I beat several people that have never been defeated in chess. As a matter of fact, I played all oncomers worldwide for a week and went undefeated. I'm not bragging about me per se. I'm saying sometimes the strategy of taking what is advanced and breaking it down into layman's terms wins over trying to take a already advanced situation into a more advanced situation. Well, my opponent was trying to go more advanced. I was breaking everything down into more simple terms. So I was thinking on, okay, now I can understand this more after every move. Well, his advanced game, he was understanding less after every move because his game was getting dismantled. I hope this makes sense. But anyway, my whole point in even saying that is to break down time in the same way. Okay. Several figures, including Nikolai Tesla, Einstein, and others, describe time in these advanced, complicated ways that are hard for a lot of us to understand. You know, a lot of us can break it down, understand the concepts, others have more trouble with it, and there's every person in between. So the truth is, it's not that complicated, and I'm talking about time, once it's broken down into basic layman's terms. And I don't care what your IQ is. I don't care how much of a genius you think you are. And you can argue against what I'm going to say, but I think your argument is total BS. And not, I don't think it is. I know it is. So my, what I'm going to tell you is that time is all about perception. Okay. And most people, like you and I, we perceive time. We look at what's happening in front of us. Okay. For example, light photons enter our eyes at the speed of light, and then our brain, through the cones, and nerve endings in our eyes, they translate this into an image. And then that image is being perceived by us. Okay, so we perceive that image, and so in a sense, the light enters our eyes. By the time it enters, it's from the past. Then what we call present, we're perceiving the image in front of us, and the future would be how much of this image are we perceiving in this window that we can perceive of time. And I'm going to say this window is 1 second that we can all safely perceive. I'm going to say we can all safely perceive 1 unit that we call a second of time at once. Okay. So we're chopping it down to a division of what we call time, but we can all safely perceive 1 second at once. So what does this mean? It means that we can look at the past, the present, and the future within 1 second because that's what we can perceive in our very limited human minds right now in our now moment. So let's break it down further in layman's terms. Let's say we're sitting on the sidewalk at a parade that's going by in front of us. Okay? Depending on your vision and your peripheral vision, you're taking in what you could say is the past coming towards us, the present right in front of our vision, and the future going by us. You can see it and comprehend it from the sidewalk to an extent. I already said maybe 1 second, but you can see what's coming towards you, what's in front of you, and what's already went by you, past, present, and future in this way of explaining it all at once. All at once. It's a now moment. It's our now moment, but it's happening all at once, literally. The past coming towards us, the present in front of us in the parade, and the future that already went by us. Our peripheral vision can perceive the past, our central vision can receive the present, and our peripheral vision can then um, perceive the future that already went past. Very limited perspective, very, very limited. It's all in our very limited now perspective with our very limited human perspective. Okay. But then let's pretend that we're God. Guys, I have this pigeon I think you're all aware of, and she gets so jealous. Seriously, pigeons are smart, and she gets so jealous that I am, that I'm on the computer even. So she has to try to steal the show and get my attention. I rebuke you, peepers. Anyway, um, she's precious. I love her to death. But my point being, let's go and pretend that we're God and that we see things from God's perspective right now pertaining to time. Okay. So now we're going to pretend like we're in a helicopter 3,000 feet above this parade. Okay. What changes? Perspective. Does time change? No. It's still all happening right now. What is happening right now? The past, the present, and the future are all happening right now. Right now. In other words, there is no past, present, and future. It's all right now. That's the point. So God, from 3,000 feet above this parade, can see the beginning of the parade when people are just launching out, the middle of the parade that you and I perceive in what I just described, and he can see the very end of the parade, those that are crossing the line and taking, hopping out of their floats all at once. He can see it all at once. Does it change past, present, and future? No. It's still all happening right now. What's changed? The only thing that's changed is perspective. God has an eternal perspective where he can see the beginning from the end all at once. So I hope this helps in layman's terms. I'm trying to break it down in layman's terms, and I hope this helps explain time. There is no past, present, and future. It's all happening right now. It's all perspective. The only difference is God has limited the minds of us, mankind, to perceive it based on what's right in front of us. down to like maybe a minute, where he has that wide view perspective from above and he can see the beginning from the end. But it's all happening right now. There is no past, present, and future. It's all right now in the mind of God. Anyways, I said it'd be a short video. I just wanted to put that out there the best way I could in layman's terms. It's the same concept I use to defeat undefeated champions in chess. It works. It's proven. Trust me. It simplifies things, but at the same time, it's the truth. Okay, just because something is put out there in layman's terms doesn't mean it's not true. This is the truth. This is how time works. Literally, there is no past, present, and future except for our limited perspective. We may perceive it that way, but if you back off and you go up higher to a higher perspective where you can see the beginning from the end, you realize that it all flows together in at once. It's all there, happening at the same time. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this short episode of Reality Check Radio. Please, if you didn't like, subscribe, and share to help support this heavily shadow banded channel. And I will see you next time in the next amazing episode of Reality Check Radio. Thank you and God bless.